Welcome to this video exploring L.L. Zamenhof's translation of Genesis chapter 1 into Esperanto. We will trace the journey from the Hebrew original through the 1911 Hachette edition to the 1926 London Bible. Zamenhof's work is a testament to the idea that he translated not just words, but the relationships between them. The key question is, what does the Hebrew text achieve, and how does the Esperanto translation respond? Translation is never just a mechanical substitution of words. It involves understanding the underlying Hebrew characteristics and finding a corresponding structure within the Esperanto language. We must distinguish between two different paths: the translation path, which focuses on how Hebrew is represented in Esperanto, and the transmission path, which tracks how the Esperanto text itself changed between 1911 and 1926. These are separate methodological concerns. How did the text reach its audience? This involves the editorial and public path, starting with Zamenhof's manuscript, appearing in the periodical La Revue and being published by Hachette in 1911. It's crucial to note this is an editorial history, not a sequential genealogical chain of texts. Between 1911 and 1926, the text underwent significant history. Zamenhof's life ended in 1917, which serves as a vital chronological marker. Posthumous transmission, guided by the British and Foreign Bible Society, led to the 1926 London edition, distinct from the author's initial work. When translating, what happens to a Hebrew trait? We classify outcomes into four categories: conserved, interpreted, lost, or acquired. These are not value judgments of good or bad, but descriptions of how the translation handles specific features. Our analysis relies on two classifications. First, the level of evidence supporting our thesis, and second, the type of transformation in the translation. Distinguishing between interpretation as a level of proof and interpreted as a transformation category is fundamental. Consider the Hebrew verb bārāʻ. In the 1911 edition, it is translated as Christ. While the base concept is conserved, the verb's specific Hebrew morphology is lost. This illustrates that dictionary equivalence does not imply structural identity. Similarly, the term rûaḥ has a broad semantic field in Hebrew, including wind, breath, and spirit. By choosing spirito, Zamenhof makes an interpreted selection. This reduction is inevitable and is not a sign of translation error, but a necessary step in the process. In the case of naʿăśeh in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, the plural form is conserved in the Esperanto nikliu. However, this raises a special interpretive question. Exactly who are the referents of this we? The grammar is clear, but the identity remains an open hermeneutical question. Zamenhof also created interesting lexical bridges. By using viro and virino for multiple Hebrew pairs, he established a coherent system in Esperanto, achieving a new form of intertextual consistency that was not present in the original Hebrew text. Ultimately, Zamenhof was a translator of relationships. He understood that the art of translation lies in reconstructing how a text's parts interact within the target language, showing that Esperanto's structure itself serves as a vital tool in this process. When we look at the transmission from 1911 to 1926, we find remarkable stability. Out of 31 verses, 29 remained lexically unchanged, representing a 93.5% stability rate. This demonstrates that the text was exceptionally well preserved through its editorial journey. The role of the M1915 manuscript remains a fascinating mystery. Whether a change appeared before or after 1915 determines if it was an authorial choice or an editorial transmission. Until we can directly collate it, this remains an open question in the text's history. In conclusion, we see a paradox: profound structural transformation in the translation process, contrasted with extreme lexical stability during its transmission. Both are true, reflecting Zamenhof's skill in balancing fidelity with the unique demands of a new target language. This video is part of a series covering 15 linguistic versions of the same research. While the languages change, the underlying scientific analysis of Zamenhof's Genesis remains consistent across all of them. We explore the historical, external elements like the Hebrew root terms and the archival Esperanto testaments. These documents provide the foundation for understanding Zamenhof's structural choices in his translation. The research behind these videos originates from academic seminars. Through discussion and subsequent analysis, we transformed the raw findings into the clear, visual synthesis you see today in this video series. If you are interested in the detailed methodology, the full academic study is available on academia.edu. You can access it by scanning the QR code, which documents the complete translation research. Thank you for your attention. We hope this look at Genesis chapter 1 provides insight into Zamenhof's work, showing how he moved from Hebrew structures to a coherent Esperanto system of relations.